honestly really excited for the incredible technology that we've incorporated into the film. And most of the time when we're making it, we have no idea what it's going to look like. So I'm excited to see it as a Disney fan, and I feel like I'm
rooting for the evil queen. I'm rooting for Gal Gadot as the evil queen because I just hate Rachel Zegler that much.
I'm genuinely thrilled about the amazing technology we've integrated into the movie. And often, while creating it, we're clueless about the final look. So I'm eager to view it as a Disney enthusiast. I feel like I'm cheering for the Wicked Queen, rooting for Gal Gadot as the evil queen, because I really dislike Rachel Zegler that much. With Snow White labeled a dreadful mess.
Stars? Sure. Friends? Not even close. E.T. has learned there has definitely been tension between Snow White leading ladies Gal Gadot and Rachel Zegler, and they're, quote, not close by any means.
You two clearly get along and respect and love
I
each
have
other.
no idea what you're talking about.
Nobody wants to see. We all know who's getting the blame, right? That's correct, Rachel Zegler. But rumors suggest she's now directing her accusations straight at Gal Gadot, placing the fault squarely on her co-star's shoulders. Let's dive into the details because this is spicy. Reports are flooding in from every angle. Gal and Rachel despise each other. Stars, sure. Friends, not even remotely. E.T. has confirmed there's definitely been friction between Snow White's leading ladies, Gal Gadot and Rachel Zegler, and they're, quote, not close by any stretch. You two obviously get along, respect, and adore each other. I have no clue what you're talking about.
Never did I imagine that on the streets of the United States and different cities around the world, we would see people not condemning Hamas, but celebrating, justifying, and cheering on a massacre of Jews.
Let me share a little tale, but not from a storybook. Nope, this one's packed with real-life drama. Kind of like what you'd see in cartoons when characters bicker behind the scenes. Once upon a time, there were two actresses, Gal and Rachel. They collaborated on a grand, lavish film called Snow White. Rachel portrayed Snow White, the gentle princess, and Gal played the evil queen, you know? The one always questioning the mirror about who's the fairest of them all. Now, the film is out for everyone to see. But guess what? Nobody's really discussing how enchanting it is or how awesome the costumes are. Instead, everyone's gossiping about the drama unfolding behind the scenes. But why, exactly? Well, it all boils down to Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot. People are speculating there's some sort of tension between them, which could be why the
political views differ, adding to the tension, a source tells People magazine.
Movie flopped. Here's what went down. Rachel posted something on Instagram, a heartfelt thank you post about how meaningful the movie was to her. She shared joyful memories, hugs, and cheerful photos with her team. She even said the film transformed her life. Wow, right? But, and here's the big but, people noticed something odd. Gal, the actress who played the sinister queen, was entirely omitted. No tag, no photo, not even a slight mention of her. It was like she disappeared into thin air. That's when fans turned into detectives. They stopped discussing the movie and started wondering, was this an error? Or did Rachel do it intentionally? Is there a hidden feud between them? So now, instead of chatting about magic mirrors and fairy tales, everyone's buzzing about this mysterious missing shout-out. Looks like the real drama isn't in the film, it's happening off screen. Who knew a single Instagram post could? 'Cause such a stir. It turns out they weren't just different in the movie, like princess versus evil queen. They're vastly different in real life too, especially on something serious, politics. That's when people have firm.
Had her tweet out like a little, yay, Snow White, can't wait, so excited, I love to play her. And she did it and got like millions of views, and they were like, good job, Rachel. And then she, like minutes later, followed it up with, and never forget, free Palestine. This is just like a few months after 10/7. It was like, it hadn't even been a year. And they were like, my God, what?
And isn't her co-star Jewish?
Yes, Gal Gadot, whatever.
I mean, what?
Yeah.
Wow.
Beliefs about what's right or wrong in the world. You see, Gail hails from Israel and has been vocal about supporting her people. I'll say it again. My name is Gail, and I'm Jewish, she declared. She even served in the Israeli army. When younger, meanwhile, Rachel has been outspoken about supporting Palestine, which is on the opposite side of a major ongoing conflict. Never did I imagine that on the streets of the United States and various cities globally, we'd see people not denouncing Hamas but celebrating, justifying, and cheering a massacre of Jews. Now, here's where the real drama kicks in. While filming Snow White, Rachel posted a message online saying, "Free Palestine." That's a bold, powerful statement, and it sparked a lot of chatter. It wasn't just a ripple, it was a storm on set. Your political differences add to the tension.
Basically scaled down premiere of Disney's Snow White. Despite reports, there was tension between them.
They never actually looked at each other the entire time. They never even glanced at each other. Now, this is a little bit odd, and I can say this as somebody who's co-hosted many shows with other hosts. Like, that's the biggest diss you can do to someone, not look at them.
Source told People magazine. Because Gal and Rachel held such opposing views, things behind the scenes likely felt awkward. Imagine trying to bake cookies with someone who wants to add hot sauce while you prefer chocolate chip soup. That's confusing. So now people are starting to think, maybe Rachel leaving Gal out of her Instagram post wasn't just a careless mistake. Maybe there's more to this story. They had her tweet out like a little, "Yay, Snow White, so thrilled, love playing her," and she did, racking up millions of views. And they were like, "Great work, Rachel." Then minutes later, she followed it with, "And never forget, free Palestine." This was just months after October 7th. Hadn't even been a year end. They were like, "My God, what?" And isn't her co-star Jewish? Yes, Gal Gadot. Wow. Just like that, what started as a fairy tale turned into real-life tension. The kind even magic wands can't resolve. While the actresses had their own opinions and picked sides, the one who took the biggest hit was Disney, and of course Snow White herself. But why exactly? Well, many people who support Israel got furious, like steam dash, out dash, of dash, ears furious. Some online, including a vocal.
I never want it to come off as me being ungrateful for the opportunities I have. I can also be having the greatest time and simultaneously wishing people would stop sending me death threats.
An often controversial Twitter account called @StopAntisemitism even accused Rachel of being anti-Semitic. But wait, it gets twistier. While some were upset with Rachel, others who support Palestine were already saying they wouldn't watch the movie because of Gal Gadot being Israeli and her past in the Israeli army. So now, the movie wasn't just a fairy tale with a princess and an evil queen, it became a massive storm of online arguments. People weren't choosing teams like Snow White versus the evil queen anymore. They were picking sides based on real-world issues because of all this drama. Snow White got the lowest IMDb rating ever, like 1.6 out of 10. Yep, that's officially one of Disney's worst scores ever. The wildest part? It wasn't even about the movie itself, but the behind-the-scenes drama. Talk about a nightmare for the producers. You can bet they're probably wondering if they cast the right actors. But wait, it gets worse. Things got so bad that some theaters were practically deserted during Snow White showings. People online shared photos of empty theaters during opening, weekend rows of lonely seats just waiting for someone. And here's the real kicker. This wasn't a low-budget film. Nope. This live-action remake of the 1937 Snow White cost a staggering $270 million to produce, plus another $100 million to promote. That's like buying a huge castle and renting fireworks to invite people, only no one shows up. However, before all this, Gal and Rachel appeared together at the 2025 Oscars. They even presented an award side by side, smiling, and everything seemed fine. Despite reports of tension, they never actually looked at each other the entire time, not even a glance. Now, that's odd. As someone who's co-hosted many shows, I can say that's the biggest dish you can give someone not looking at them. But the internet wasn't fooled for long. After the show, Rachel posted a comment on Instagram that raised eyebrows. She called Gail a professional pageant queen. That might sound sparkly and fun, like someone always polished, but the way she said it, people thought it was sassy, not nice. According to sources, calling Gal a pageant queen was seen as dismissive, like Rachel wasn't taking her seriously. As an actress, she didn't understand the repercussions of her actions for the film, for Gal, for anyone. An insider said of Zegler, "The film, directed by Mark..."
Everyone who hates when I win, the winged victory came to the Louvre in pieces, and people still line up to see her. And I can only hope that despite my flaws, and despite my cracks and my breaks, and there are many of them, that at every premiere and everything I do, people will wait in line to see.
Webb has been plagued by backlash due to costly reshoots and the spellbound actress's controversial posts. So after all the drama with Rachel and Gal, some wondered, was it all a coincidence? Or did Gal secretly enjoy seeing Rachel take the blame? Maybe she was a bit smug knowing Rachel was in hot water this time. But who really knows? Maybe we're just speculating. Disney's PR team was working overtime, rushing to fix the online chaos after Rachel's comments. They even brought in a social media expert to control what Rachel posted, but that was like trying to stop a storm with a broom. Rachel had already stirred drama by criticizing the original Snow White, angering fans. She kept making things worse, and it got so bad that the movie's producer had to fly out to address the situation. Yikes. Even Steven Spielberg, the famous director, apparently noticed the mess. Talk about a huge problem. After the Oscars drama with Gal, Rachel Zegler didn't stay quiet. Instead, she took 2 Instagram stories to share her thoughts on the backlash. Backlash is when everyone suddenly gets mad at you, and Rachel wasn't shy about addressing it. She made numerous comments explaining how she felt about the hate. She didn't hold back, venting to her followers about the storm of online criticism. "I never want to seem ungrateful for the opportunities I have. I can be having the best time and still wish people would stop sending me threats." People were still buzzing about the drama between her and Gal, and Rachel wanted to make it clear she wasn't just a villain in the story. Instead of staying silent and letting comments pile up, she chose to respond and share her side. "Everyone who hates when I succeed, the winged victory came to the Louvre in pieces, and people still line up to see her. I can only hope that, despite my flaws, my cracks, and my breaks, and there are many, that at every premiere and everything I do, people will wait in line to see." But responding to drama like this sometimes makes things messier, and that's exactly what happened. More people talked, more opinions flew, and the whole thing became an even bigger social media soap opera. After all the drama, Rachel Zegler posted on social media, saying Snow White was a life-changing emotional experience for her. It sounded sweet, but by now, nobody really bought it. Why? Because people were still sharing photos of empty theaters and asking what happened between her and Gal Gadot. Plus, Disney's PR team was scrambling to fix everything, like watching a disaster unfold in slow motion. Now, Snow White wasn't just a movie, it became a joke. People mocked Disney for what seemed like an identity crisis, trying to create a magical film while dealing with real-world drama that was anything but magical. For Rachel, she went from a rising star to showing how fast Hollywood can turn on you when you mix big egos, politics, and a massive $270 million movie that bombed. It's like a fairy tale gone terribly wrong. The story of Snow White was about a princess finding her happy ending, but Rachel's story became a cautionary tale about the perils of fame,